that set up and going. All right, cool. So we're on Instagram too. Ooh, I look way better on Instagram than on this Facebook Live right now. I like this lighting. So, I will get right to it. And for those of you who missed the beginning, well, catch the replay. That's all I'm going to say on that. So today, we're going to kick off the first Vibe Talk with healthy boundaries. I totally had a completely different topic in mind, but this one came to me based on like a conversation having like last night. I was out with my friend at the cutest little, I don't even know what to call it. It was like, okay, so it was a concert in a friend of a friend's living room, and it was like the most amazing, intimate experience I've ever had, like in my concert career, my concert life, right? And so at the end of it, the friend of a friend was very vocal about wanting to get together again this weekend, wanting to hang out again. Cool, awesome. And the thing that I loved about the whole conversation was the fact that she was super vocal about what she could handle, what she was down for. She worked all day Saturday. So she was very clear that like she wanted to do something chill Saturday evening. And my friend had brought up Sunday a few times, and the friend of a friend was very clear, like, no, like, look, Sunday, I've got plans, I'm gonna spend it with my man, this is what I'm doing. However, Saturday, like I can do Saturday. And the whole transaction just felt good. It wasn't like she was stuck in one mode. She was just letting us know how she could show up as her best self. And so right away I was like, healthy boundaries. She was doing a great job of just speaking up for herself and being clear about how she could show up and be her best self in the moment. And her ability to be clear about what she needed and how she could show up made the whole interaction just feel good. And so it makes you think, like, how many times do you not necessarily say what you mean? Or maybe it's the people pleaser in you that pops up and is like, well, you know, and tries to mince words or maybe please everybody else without actually thinking about how you can show up as your best self, right? Talking to these two different cameras is interesting. So that being said, healthy boundaries, let's dive in. So when I was doing some journaling this morning, this definition for healthy boundaries came to me. I want to share it with you. So healthy boundaries help you show up and navigate your life authentically, right? They allow you to love and be loved in a way that everyone wins. Everyone can feel good, right? So if we're going to dive right in, like, why not? I don't want this to be an all-day affair chatting away with you guys. Step one to setting up healthy boundaries in your life is all about self-awareness. This is a big thing I help my clients with. It's important to be your own guru, okay? I don't claim to have all the answers. What I do claim to do is help guide you to your answers, right? So self-awareness, what do I mean by that? Well, it's time to get super clear about your own needs, what you need to show up as your best self, right? And then on top of that, prioritizing that. What are your personal priorities, right? Bringing that self-awareness to the table just helps you navigate life better, but also it helps you, what's the word I'm looking for? Having that self-awareness helps you avoid these stressful speed bumps that come up in life, right? We all have them. Those moments where we step out of ourselves, step out of our powers, and overextend ourselves, maybe for other people, maybe for our jobs, in our relationships, our families. But when we take that step back to get aware of what we need, what's in our capabilities, what feels good to us, what lifts us up, what lights us up, what pisses us off, what is a total drain, what are the things we don't want to do, right? When we're clear about those things, we can avoid a lot of unnecessary stress, right? We can avoid living outside of ourselves. We can avoid overextending. So, self-awareness. That's the first step to creating healthy boundaries. I think another area you can create awareness around is, do you know when you've hit the wall? Have you figured out when you've hit your personal limit? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what that looks like? I know that I've hit my limit when I become super cranky or when I just don't want to talk anymore. That happens often. I am an outgoing introvert. I love being with people. I love talking to people. But I also love being by myself. Too much peopling drains me. Too much peopling leaves me wanting to spend days on end just hanging out by myself. I enjoy my own company. So I know that I've hit my wall and need to tell people, no, I can't hang out. No, I can't do that thing for you. When the Krabby Patty comes on, and I'd rather hang out in my sweats than be with other people. So that's that self-awareness I'm talking about. We got to bring self-awareness into the picture. That's going to be your step one for setting up healthy boundaries. Step two in setting up healthy boundaries and acting on those healthy boundaries is finding your voice, okay? Once again, this is something only you know. I can't tell you how to do that. But finding your voice, meaning get comfy speaking up for yourself, right? Get comfy, find the terminology that works for you to make that clear distinction of what you can do and what you can't do for others, right? I think one thing I see people do a lot, and I see this in some of my clients when we start working together, is they don't want to come across mean. There's this idea that taking care of ourselves, self-care, is selfish. It's really not. Taking care of yourself makes you better for everyone else. I mentioned before that when I hit my wall, I get cranky. So if I don't speak up for myself and say, no, I need a timeout, and I try to force myself to show up in situations for other people, nobody wins. Nobody wins in those situations. So however you need to get comfortable with saying, I can't do that, or this is what I can do, find the words that feel good to you, but make sure you're being clear, okay? Don't tell a roundabout story in the end, because then you're just creating a different vibe to the environment, a different vibe to the situation at hand, right? Because then maybe you're giving hope to someone where there's no room for hope. Like, it's a firm no inside of you, but you don't want to say that, so you kind of tell a half-assed story, and then you've got to deal with the repercussions of that, right? So if these are vibe talks, everything I'm giving you, or all the knowledge I'm spreading, is to help you keep that vibe high. And one way we can really do that with setting healthy boundaries is being clear with our voice, using our voice appropriately, saying what we mean, saying what's on our heart especially, right? So step three, our final step in setting up these healthy boundaries, is be open, be flexible. I'm not coming on here and saying that, you're going to run around in your life telling everybody no, right? I'm saying that whatever your boundary is that you're setting, it's not, this is my boundary and you have to deal with it. It's, this is my boundary and maybe we can find a compromise, right? It's being open to that compromise. Not every situation has to be a firm no or a firm yes, or this is what it is, and you have to deal with it, right? I'm saying be flexible. If you can't do the thing, maybe throw out another option. Like I was saying with that example earlier with that event I was at yesterday. The woman was like, look, I can't do Sunday, but I could do Saturday evening, right? And so she was very clear. Once again, her verbiage, everything she was saying was super clear as far as where she was in this situation. And that's why I was just like, healthy boundaries. She's doing this amazingly. So, step 3, be open and flexible. If I'm going to run back through everything, step 1, self-awareness. Step 2, find your voice. Use it clearly. Use it loudly, right? And step 3, be open and flexible. I got to remember I've got like 2 cameras here. Be flexible, like, and there's some things that are a firm no, right? There are some things that, not every situation do you have to be flexible. Like I said, for me, like, I know that once I've hit my wall and I'm done peopling, I need to be pretty firm with the fact that, like, you're not going to get the best Miriam anymore. The compromise is, maybe I'll hang out with you again in a couple of days. That's when you'll get the best Miriam. But for right now, she's gone. She don't live here no more. So those are my 3 steps for establishing healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries allow you to raise the vibe in your life, right? Healthy boundaries allow you to protect the things that light you up. Healthy boundaries help you stay in alignment with who you really are. And in a lot of cases, healthy boundaries help you have the best case scenarios in a lot of your relationships. Healthy boundaries can come into your family relationships, your love relationships, your personal relationships, your work relationships, right? So I think this is a super important one to take some time and think about. If you have any comments, let me slow down. If you have any comments, any questions, throw them in. I'll be coming back to this and checking it out later. This is mostly for you FB people. And on top of that, if you like what I'm throwing down, share this with your people, all right? We all deserve to live lives that light us up, that fill us up. And one way we can do that is by setting our healthy boundaries. Cool? All right, so I'll be back again on Wednesday for another Vibe Talk. I have an idea of what I want to talk about that day, but who knows if there's another thing that comes up that I'm like, no, this is what we're talking about. Cool? All right, so I can't believe this is my first Instagram Live, and I'm still surviving. So thanks for tuning in. For those of you who are joining me on Instagram, I'll see you guys again on, Wednesday. So Friday. I'll see you again on Friday. And for my Facebook people, I hope you enjoyed what I was throwing down. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you're picking up what I'm throwing down and you think some of your friends will too, share this, like this, spread the love. Cool. See you guys on Friday.